Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I would like to go over an infrared image. I know the infrared images don't really get as many views as the black and whites, but I figured it's important to kind of go through what else I do just besides my black and whites. I wasn't going to make this video this week, but I decided since I'm heading out of town to go shoot the Milky Way this weekend, I'd get in a quick video. And just so you know, I don't plan my videos. I just kind of have a general idea and then I just shoot from the hip as I'm doing it. So that's how this video is going to be. We'll see how this edit turns out and let's go from there. Jump into my computer, and this is an old oak tree on Tennessee Flats Road near Steptoe Butte in the Palouse. So this was taken with my 550 nanometer super color filter. And that's why it looks the way it does. And this is also with the gray card as my white balance. This is how it turns out. I was digging around and I found a new DNG Profile Editor from Adobe. You'll have to just go into, just do a Google search for it. But this allows you to set your profiles for your camera if you have an infrared. So this is what happens. It opens this up and I'll do File, Open DNG Image. You scan through your files and then you find an image you saved as DNG. Don't do any edits to it. Don't do anything to it. Basically what I would do is I'd just open this image in like Lightroom. I'd save it as a DNG and then I'd use it in this program here. So what you do is you go to color matrices and you drag your white balance all the way down to the blue. And once you have that, you also have the option of doing a tone curve. So your base profile, it's like that. Let's do adjustment. Oh, I guess I'm not gonna do anything because there's no photo. But what I've done in the past, I've made this just a flat curve because straight out of camera, it does have this kind of high spot in the middle. So it's give me the ability to edit my photos without bracketing or without using my bracketed shots. But otherwise, like I said, drag this down to your +1 or -100, and then you come up and you hit export profile here, and should go straight to the camera profiles folder for Adobe. So with that profile, I was able to drag that down, and when I come into my, come back here, see this color profile? Has all these, but right next to it is this little browse profiles, and it will get put right into this profiles. You can see if I do this, it's the A7R, because I haven't, this was from my A7R, it's not from my A7R4, and now this is our starting point. And you can see it kind of flattened it out because I did have a flat profile. So let's go ahead, let's increase the exposure. Let's bring the shadows down a little bit so we can bring up the highlights, which is kind of opposite of how most people do it. Let's go ahead and bring our camera calibration. Which direction do we want to go? Let's see, that's looking better. I think we'll go with something. Ooh, that's a little too much. I'll go with that. Now let's go into effects. So let's kind of bring up some dehaze. Now let's come into the color. So if you wanted to as well, you could also pick your white balance. Then okay, this cloud is white. You know, kind of just brighten it up. Gives you a little bit more room to work with. Or if you want to like click the blue on the tree, you can see it totally changes there. Go back to the white, do something like that. Now let's go ahead. Let's see if we can get some sort of colors to change here. Let's see, color mixer. Go to the hue. Bring out a little bit more purple. What do we want to do with this here? That's kind of greenish. I can go something like that. Let's do a little bit of saturation there. Oranges. Go with that. Okay, let's open this. So let's do just the standard color swap, which is color mixer. We're on the red. Let's go 0. On the blue, go 100. Now let's go to our blue channel. We'll go blue 0, red 100. That's what we get. Now let's do another one. Channel mixer. Let's go to our green. And then let's do, oh, don't like that. let's bring the red, kind of do, let's see, what am I doing here? So many options when it comes to infrared. There's no right or wrong when it comes to editing infrared images. No right or wrong. You edit them however you want. Because our blue channel, oh, don't like that. Let's bring that up. What happens with our greens? Bring the reds down. Gets a little more orangey. All right, let's go with that. Let me go to the clear panel. Let's create another copy. So Control Option or Command Option Shift E on a Mac. And now let's hold the Shift key down and I'll click the 1 and let's see what that does. Ooh, that brings it that way. Let's do this again. Hold the Shift key down and let's hit the 3. Now what happens? I don't like that. Let's get rid of that. Oh, that deleted all of them. Okay, let's just kind of go through here and let's see what 2 does. And that's not bad. Kind of a purpley orange. Okay, let's go with that. Now I'll show you a little trick here. We can take this. Now let's go to our Artisan Pro. Let's create luminosity masks. Go, let's see, the brights, lights 1, lights 2, lights 3. I kind of like the lights 3, that may work. Okay, let's delete that. I kind of need some other ones too, but none of them. Let's try the lights 1.5. Oh, lights 2.5. No, not quite. Let's delete all those. Let's go to the quarter lights. Lights 1.75. Ooh, that one's looking really good. Lights 2.25. Nope. Let's go lights 1.75. Okay, delete those. Now let's go to darks. Darks 1, darks 2. I think I like a darks 2. Let's see, darks 3. Yeah, we can go with the darks 3. Why not? It's infrared. Do what we want. Okay, let's just try these. So let's make a copy of this one. Let's go with our darks 3. So I'll go to select, darks 3 copy, new selection. And what am I looking for? Pro adjustments. Now let's just start darkening this. I'm actually more looking at the sky than anything else. Because it's just, you can see that's just really dark in the bottom now. Let's hide our ants. It's kind of, they're kind of in the way. Now let's do depth. Let's go bottom to top. Kind of strong because we really want it to get up. Go darken. So we're kind of darkening from bottom to top because I want kind of behind the tree. Go a little darker. Keep going with that. Okay, let's merge these down to here. And let's deselect that. You can see this bottom is just totally ruined. So let's go and throw a mask on. Go to our brush tool. Make the brush bigger. I'm sure we're on black. So with the X key, normal, 100%. And we'll just run through all of that. There we go. Now, I will say, not quite sure what this down here is, but whatever. It doesn't matter if you really think about it. Where did that happen? I don't know. It's probably my shadow or something standing in the photo that I missed. Okay, now let's go ahead and make another merge copy. Now I want to pick a lights. Let's see, lights 3. Ooh, I kind of like the lights 3. Lights 1.75, that's too much. Okay, let's go with lights 3. Now let's just do, since this panel doesn't really have any of these options here, I want to pick, let's go do a hue saturation. Now let's really bring up the saturation of that. Now we can also kind of change the color here. So kind of like that, kind of a tritone. What about going the other way? Yeah, it just kind of starts to get more white. All right, let's make another merge copy. Now let's go back to our clear panel. Now let's see what happens if when we hit the 1 key, or 1 dot, whatever it is, 1 button. Button, I guess, not a dot or a key or anything. That's not bad. Let's try 2. 2 always seems to go more the kind of a lighter purple and kind of whites out all the foliage. See, let's try 3. And so what's nice about this clear panel, as I'm doing this, just holding the shift key, it changes the look of it, but I don't have to like delete everything. It just automatically deletes it for me. Let's go back to the 1 and we'll see how that looks. All right, let's go with that. Now let's do, how about if we just do a standard swap now? That was kind of how we just were. So let's get rid of that one. This one you do have to delete if you don't like it. Let's try just a swap 2. Nope, not a fan of that. So these swaps down here, these are just the straight channel mixer. That's all that does. Okay, let's go to try no Frio. Let's see how that looks. And so this is how I do my infrared edits. I just start playing around. I never have a plan in mind. Unless it's with like the 830 nanometer deep black and white, then I know exactly what it's going to do. Fully just white, skies black. It's very simple. This looks a little overdone, but we can delete these layers here just to give a different look. Midtones. That one's not bad. If we add this, oh, I don't like that layer. Okay, so let's go. What happens if we, oh, that's already. So let's just delete this highlights layer because I don't really like that. Let's see, that added too much green. I like that look, so we'll get rid of that. You want the glow still? No, the glow is too much. I'll show you how we're going to do the glow here in a minute. Yeah, we want that. Brightness, contrast. Yeah, we can just delete the brightness contrast, doesn't really add much. Now, let's go to the Color Effects Pro, or the Nik collection, I guess, but I use the Color Effects pretty much over anything. For my macro stuff, I'll use like the Viveza or something, one of the other options. So let's do a tonal contrast. That is way too much. So we'll go 10, 10, and 0. Now we'll add a pro contrast. Let's see, about a 10. About that. Let's have what happens if we do the correct color cast. Ooh, definitely don't like that. That's terrible. Now, ooh, what can we do? Let's add, how about a skylight? What's that do? Added a little more pink, so we don't want that. Now let's add some sunlight. How about some sunlight? Ooh, that's pretty horrendous. Brightness, bring the brightness way down. Light strength. Okay, so this is looking like an infrared image, just however you want it. But let's get rid of this effect on this one. If I click this, right in through the center. No, we don't want to make another one. We just want this one bigger. Come on. There we go. Yes, that gives us our detail back here. But let's make another one as well. Actually, let's look at this one first. Okay, that's actually looking pretty good. I think that's looking pretty good. What happens if we had a glamour glow? Ooh, that's getting a little bit. Glow warmth. Let's go, ooh, go all the way cold? How much glow do we want? About something like that. Again, why? Because it's infrared. I can do whatever I want. However, I will protect my highlights. That's what these do. They kind of protect your highlights and your shadows. Yeah, let's go with that because it's an infrared image. It doesn't have to be real. It's outside the visual spectrum. I like kind of the darker gray skies and this kind of highlighted pinkish red tone, something like that. What I want to do is I want to get rid of that weird spot down there. So I'll just go to my spot healing brush. Let's make this a little bigger. I don't know if this is going to work that well. So I have to do this because my camera is right in front of me. The little DJI Osmo Pocket. Ooh, that didn't work so well. Let's get rid of that. Let's try the lasso tool. So L for the lasso. Just do this. Shift delete. Turn on content to where. Meh, I'll just leave it. Whatever. What am I doing? Command D for deselect. Alright, that's looking like an interesting infrared image. Let's go back to our spot healing brush. Make it smaller. Because again, go through your image when you're done or before or something. Make sure you get out all the censored dust, all the weird artifacts, anything that should not be there. Stupid birds flying in your scene that just look like little dots. Make sure you get rid of all those. Blurry airplanes. You know, everything that shouldn't be there. That probably should be there, but I'll still get rid of it. Keep scrolling through. I think this looks pretty good. Go with that. There you go, infrared image. And I was using the Artisan Pro panel for a little bit of it. One thing I can do too, let me try this. Let's do a, let me go back here. Let me make another, let me just Command J, make another copy of that. Let's go into here, select Lights 3 copy, new selection. Oops, Tools, Pro Adjustments. Let's darken this just a touch. Oh, go a little bit more. So you can see this panel isn't just for black and white images. You can use it for everything. So I've used on a lot of color images, mostly black and whites, but what are we doing here? So you know, if you don't like that, you can just, you know, let's dump the opacity on that one just a touch. There's more than just a touch. There we go. That's a little better. Just bring back a little more detail. And then if you wanted, or one thing you can do too, let's just get rid of this. Let's make another copy. Now let's open up Camera Raw. And then you come into your lights. Let's drop your highlights down. Actually, I kind of like that a little better. Bring up our shadows just a touch, just to bring some more life back into this whole image. You can see we're pretty good on the histogram. Click OK. Infrared image. Starting out as that. Then you finish with that after a few steps. And like I said, this is how I make my infrared images. I just start editing. There is no rhyme or reason to why I do things. And when I'm done, I'm either like, hey, that's really cool, or hey, I'm not a big fan of that. Start playing with sliders, start playing with, you know, your curves, your levels, your brightness, your channel mixing, your everything. Just start playing with it, and then you come up with an image that you either like or you don't like. If you don't like it, delete all your steps and redo it. It's as simple as that. So anyway, if you like this content, feel free to leave me a like, hit the thumbs up, hit my bell so you get notified. Don't forget to subscribe, and otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.